I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Yeah, I am the walrus. Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
Just been revoked.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Because it is my name!
I see, Dave.
Today, Junior?
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What?
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
The price is wrong, bitch.
All right. Welcome to another live stream here of the Critics Not Cynics podcast, another gaming stream. Not doing what we've been doing, where we've been doing the Dark Pictures Anthology stuff, but I'll go ahead and get rid of the intro sound here. Pat was not able to join us as he decided to cover and be a good worker for his family. Decided to cover some shifts tonight, so he was not able to join us for this. But I, thankfully, for a last minute joiner, Johnny here's with me tonight. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm good. Happy to be your runner-up.
Well, not necessarily runner-up, but you know, as I told you, I was like, well, I don't know if it would be last minute or not, and so I figured give it a shot, and if you couldn't, you couldn't, and if you could, you could. So very, very happy to have you on here to bounce stuff off with, so it's not just me mumbling and going on all by myself here. Let me go ahead and get the game up and running. Switched over here. And this should pop up any second now. So we're going to be doing the Ascent. Hopefully, as I'm seeing, I'm just a black screen right now. I know it took it a little bit time before when I was doing this. Come on. Work? Don't do this to me. Because I know everyone just wants to look at a big blank screen here. Come on.
Yeah, even I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, that's right. I'm being stupid and I haven't shared it yet in Discord. There it is in Discord. Why are you not showing up over here?
There we go.
I'm gonna have to do some little finagling here, I think, because I don't know. It was I don't know why it was doing it last time. All right, I'm gonna change this here now because for some reason. Probably gonna have to end up resizing it. Nope, there it is. Okay, don't have to resize it. All right, so yeah, we're doing the Ascent, cyberpunk, like ARPG from what I've heard. I've heard very good things about it. Fortunately, it was on a Steam sale this weekend, and since I wanted to do something that I've got a bunch of new games from Steam. I guess I should kind of shut up here so I don't miss anything important. Every cycle, thousands of hopefuls make planetfall on Velis.
Is this the intro or the trailer?
This is the intro. Most pay the hefty price of passage by contracting away their lives to the corporations as indentured laborers called indents. slaves in all but name. I mean, that's just basically today's stuff. Definitely getting Blade Runner vibes right now. You are indent with the Ascent Group, the largest corporation on Velis. It's even the soundtrack. Stuck in the deep, dank bowels of their massive arcology, you do the menial jobs you're given.
Well, supposedly Cyberpunk 2077 had like a lot of Blade Runner like influence.
Oh yeah, it absolutely did. Or an early death, whatever comes first. The problems with Cyberpunk weren't that it was taking some hints from Blade Runner. It was just that it was rushed and unfinished and buggy. Velis welcomed you with a hard kick to the groin like it does everyone.
Well, you can argue that it was rushed, but it was also in development for like a decade.
Yeah. Well, so okay, I've got a thought process on that, and good because I know this is the character customization thing, so we can take a little break before we dig in and talk a little bit about that. I know that. So yeah, it was in development for 10 plus years or whatever, but they rushed to get to the finish line because the base of fans who wanted it kept demanding it. So like it was one of those things where, you know, I had it pre-ordered. I love the Witcher series. I think CD Projekt Red has done a fantastic job with those games, and when they take their ample time, they are able to get it done. Yeah, Witcher 3 was still a little buggy, a little bit when it came out, but when it did, though, for the most part, it was fully fleshed. You were able to play the game. Now, with Cyberpunk, they kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it, and fan backlash was, release it now. And my thought process was, no, I'd rather they delay it, however long they need to delay it, to make sure it's fully done and it's good to go. And it became a thing of they kowtowed to the people asking for it now, and that's why we got kind of the messed up launch. Like, I won't say they're completely blameless, but they're not also, you know, fully at fault either.
Well, typically whenever you kowtow to the masses, it doesn't end well.
Right.
Not that, you know, it's always bad. There has been times where it's just like, oh yeah, this actually did turn out well. But yeah, when it's like we aren't prepared, you know, this isn't like the final version that we want to release, and you know, you release it when it, you know, just because the crowd is like, yeah, we want it now. It's like, it's not going to be good.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I liked when Horizon Zero Dawn, when that was delayed a bit, and it was so good. I absolutely love that game, and I'm completely looking forward to the sequel coming out in February.
Yeah, that's always an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zero Face Ink. I'm not feeling any of the facial tattoos. It's always the thing, like, there's got to be a healthy mix of, like, giving into your base and not giving into your base. I guess the other tattoos are on the other side. Okay, so that's that tattoo. I'm kind of partial to the dragon one. Yeah, I'm going with the dragon. It's always that kind of thing where you're like, you gotta have a little bit of both, a little bit of give and take. I'm not doing that.
Come on, you don't want to sport a man ponytail?
No, there's the man bun.
That's a man bun. A man bun and a man ponytail are two different things.
Now this is the ponytailist. Not just a ponytail. There's the ponytail. There's the ponytailist. So there's the difference there.
I mean, it doesn't matter. This guy's made of clay anyway.
Definitely not a dreads guy. Not gonna go bald. I'm going with the man bun. All right, let's go.
Nothing wrong with being bald.
Sorry. But I forgot myself there for a minute. totally wasn't even crossing my mind. Well, no, what's really funny is I picked up. I've got it for console, but I ended up picking it up for a PC as well as possibly a game to do for one of these. Of course, the problem with a bunch of games I picked up for, I think I was trying to say this earlier, for streaming, is I've already kind of started them, and I'm like, well, crap. Like, I don't necessarily want to restart them. So.
Oh. Well, actually, that's good, because then you get, like, a little familiar with the game. That way you're not going through, like, all the tutorials and trying to figure out everything. You just jump right into the game.
True. But I was doing Bound by Flame, and I picked the, not the bald, but, like, basically the next step up, like the shave, almost the completely shaved head, but, like, still some hair. And, and he's got a beard. And he looks like, if you're I don't know if you're familiar with Sam Witwer, but he's done the voice for Darth Maul on the Clone Wars. He was in Smallville for a little bit. He's been in a bunch of stuff. If you looked him up, you know who I'm talking about.
That might be where I recognize the name is from Smallville, because when you said it's like, that sounds familiar, but I couldn't place any roles he's in. But when
he was also
Star
Killer in Force Unleashed. But anyways, I was playing it, and I'm like, well, hang on, like my character almost looks dead on like him. All right, have you finished your character? I think I have. I think I've delayed this long enough. Now that's interesting. My reticle is purple.
Is this a twin stick shooter?
It's not twin stick. It's like an ARPG, kind of like Diablo.
Oh, okay.
In maintenance subsector 41A.
Okay, so
locate WMD control room. Interface with WMD.
I gotta conduct repairs, apparently.
Diagnose cause of error.
At least it's WASD movements, because I've been playing a few of these top downs where it's been point and click, and I'm tired of just constantly clicking.
I want this fixed. Get it done before I have cycle.
I don't want to clean up waste. Alright, let's see where we're going. Alright, I see my objective marker now.
There is a Cyberpunk game that I've been meaning to play. I purchased it like a while back. It's called The Surge.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It's supposed to be like a Dark Souls-like game, but it's like all technology based. So like you'll fight some dude in like mech armor, and then when you kill him, like you can strip some of the parts off him to apply into your armor.
Maintenance log. Everything is as functional and broken at the same time as always. The soups are doing their job. Flying scraps are welding to their little silicone heart's content. And I still don't really get what the walking monos are up to, all in a day's work. Signed, Byron. Yeah, I think I got that. That ended up being a PlayStation Plus free game a while back. So I know I added it to my library, but I haven't done it because I'm not the best with Souls-like games. Press left control to crouch so you can navigate. Okay.
Well, they're intentionally tough, and you know me, I do like a little bit of a challenge.
Well, I like challenge. Oh, control, not shift. I like challenges, but there's a point where you get too ridiculously challenging. I would say like Returnal. It's one I could learn if I felt like I had the time to really learn it. Like I got through the first biome, and it took me a little while to do it. But it was, I can't say I necessarily enjoyed the constant repetitiveness of the roguelike. And I have the Demon Souls remake, and I want to really play it, but like I kept getting stuck on one particular boss that was just not even a boss. It was just a more difficult character, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't have time for this. I want to learn the lore and stuff, but now what I don't like is I would rather that my WASD movements would turn my character, but I gotta turn the mouse to turn his point of view.
Oh, that is bizarre.
Yeah.
I would actually almost rather that was a twin stick instead.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is available on Xbox as well, I think, so like it's probably more adapted for that, but who knows. Press either 0 or O anytime to let your system bring you up to currently tracked objectives. I would say that's
I'm going to say that's a 0.
Nope, it's O.
Oh.
O for objective.
Looked more like a 0 to me, but...
I know, it definitely looked like a 0. Alright, that's... Oh, I don't need to authorize that. Map segments. Acquire more map segments as you reach new zones. Your imp will automatically survey and download the relevant maps for current zone and store them in your journal. And just for like anyone who was expecting House of Ashes tonight, we should be back to that next week, just since he decided to take... Ooh, I do like that the cutscenes are kind of up close.
Back up. Guess the problem was to reach the stack tops, or Boom would have left me here to be scavenged for orcs.
I have no idea what you said.
Trauma. Hope you came armed.
I mean, I've got arms. Does that count? I mean, they're pretty solid guns.
Whatever caused this beyond that door.
Maybe you're what's that superhero or villain that detaches his arms and beats people with it?
Oh, well, what do they call him? Detachable Kid or something like that?
Something like that.
Bite out of my thigh.
I think he was in the recent Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it was Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Well pound, right?
Let's see, another one.
They didn't tell you I was already down here. Boom. That dirty fucking juckling.
Man, watch your language.
Yeah, those fellows mean business. Almost got me. Don't go in there unless you're packing.
Oh, see, that's cool. He's still talking while I try and decide how to respond.
Yeah, I like that the conversation topics aren't just like automatically going away.
Power searches down here in the deep stink lately, so it might be related.
Oh, so you actually selected that?
Yeah.
And responded. Okay, I thought like you were still trying to decide how to respond.
No.
Larger in the soups down there.
Okay.
And hungry too. SI's the sentient intelligence operating this.
I mean, graphically, it looks really good. I mean, even for like a top-down, and I've been playing a bunch of top-downs recently. But
it's isometric, not type down.
Whatever. Top down, type down, whatever. Isometrics. Because I like that it's doing. This would be something I would complain about in Warhammer Chaos Bane. Like I like the look and I like the aesthetic of it. So when I get into like conversations with characters, I would like something like this where you're getting this like kind of up close and personal, rather than just getting a little text box and a character portrait.
Yeah, because then you see some of the work that the programmers put into the characters.
Right, and I can tell you, like, Warhammer Chaos Bane is a beautiful looking game. Fuck me, you were right. I shouldn't have fallen for it. A new life. Get a job with the Ascent group, the trip to Velis, and everything set up. All I have to do is work of the debt as an indent. Oh, it's supposed to be work off the debt as an indent. I got here, I got a job, and I guess you could call what I have a home, but it's nothing like ads. Like the ads or ads. I live in I'm assuming that this is probably an alien or someone not very intelligent, rather than typos. I live in a dump run by a maniac, and I work at a place worse than that. Gonna take more than the rest of my life to pay off. The silver lining is that everyone here is in it together in some fucked up way. We're making it work. I found some good people, better than the folks back home. Let's talk soon on Hollow OK. I feel like
the typos could still be there, like intentionally, like to build that character, because I think they're trying to show that like these people aren't that intelligent.
Right.
So the occasional typo would be understandable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I didn't feel like it was like something like when we were playing Man of Medan, and I caught the stuff there that really bothered me. Okay, I can just. Oh, when did I get the gun?
Okay. I don't know. I saw it. Maybe I automatically had it because it was there in your character builder.
Yeah, it was there in my builder. Yeah, that's right.
So maybe just start off with it.
Hack everything within cyberdeck reach by holding C. Many objects in the world require a cyberdeck capable of hacking that particular type. What your cyberdeck can hack can be read in the journal's character screen. Okay. And most things hackable in the world are indicated by the color yellow. Doors and chests can even be protected by more and more complicated ice, and as such require even more powerful cyber decks. Upgrade your deck. Oh, great. There's a card component.
As in part of the combat, or just like as a side game?
For the hacking, I think. Well, maybe not even that, because like even in Cyberpunk, like you had like decks, but they weren't like that. They're more like components for. Okay, use the mouse button and reload. I can with which makes sense. It's more just like what you can attach to your augmetics as a. Oh, I even have a line of sight. Oop.
Oh yeah, this is a twin stick. Like I see how you're playing now. Like, there's absolutely no question this is a twin stick shooter.
So we'll say twin stick for console rather than mouse and keyboard. I'm just trying to see because. Oh, I guess I get infinite ammo. It's not something I'm used to.
I thought I saw you pick up ammo earlier.
No, it looks like I'm picking up credits.
Oh, okay. Maybe your base gun has infinite, but like every other like more special weapon has ammo or something.
Pistols typically in games are getting just kind of like infinite ammo. But like I was worried I was running low, so I hit reload and it just reloaded to 16 and with no issue. And I'm like, oh, okay. Guess that is what it is. I'm not gonna complain, that's for sure. Aim high by holding You can also inflict stagger while lifting your gun. Okay, so if they're elevated like that. Oh, of course. Yeah, sure. Have some that just run up behind me while I'm aiming up. Jerks. I don't even know what I'm killing.
They look like the Ognaughts from Star Wars.
They might be.
Oh, you destroyed that.
Yeah. Whoops. I'm supposed to be fixing things, not breaking them. Diagnosing?
Done. Report. Power readings erratic. Energy fluctuations affecting WMD.
I don't like this clippy interface that you have.
Unknown.
Oh, the little facey?
Yeah.
You know,
repair protocols.
I think this would have been better if they had Gladys.
Yeah, I could see that. But Gladys also had like a very distinct like way of saying things.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it would be better if it were.
Oh, I thought you meant like the voice actress.
Oh no.
For Gladys.
It would be great, like, because I think that would fit almost perfectly for this.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out, like, I guess I could have changed I must have screwed something up when it came to selecting the color of my pants, which is probably why my circle is purple. But I guess I'm gonna have to deal with it.
Well, there was a choice of primary color. Maybe that was the primary color.
Yeah,
was your pants.
Might have messed that up. I wasn't paying too close attention when I was doing that. Too late now.
I'm sure after you finish this intro level, they'll have like an option to mod your character again.
I mean, it would make sense, but from one thing I did hear about, I think in a review for this, was customer customization was like very limited, like not
really, like
not as let's say not as in depth as like Cyberpunk was. Okay. Look away from the screen for 1 second.
What was the robot's name in
What robot?
Well, I think it was the Ed 9000 was the first one, but
oh, you're talking about RoboCop.
Yeah, like
you said Terminator.
Sorry.
No, that's what threw me off. I'm like, I'm scouring through my knowledge of Terminator and going, what robot?
I have
Terminator?
90% of a bottle of wine in me right now, so.
Yes, I'm the only one sober. I mean, let's be honest. I'm used to that because when he's on here with me, he's not necessarily sober. Although he is missing out because he got a Stream Deck, and he was going to annoy me with a bunch of sound drops. Okay.
See, I got one of those too because that was on sale on Amazon during Black Friday.
Yeah, he got his at Micro Center, I believe, for pretty much for the same reasons. The only thing is they don't play through here that well, or some of them do, but some of them don't play through well at least through Discord.
But what I was trying to get at is in Terminator, RoboCop 2. The robots they put the drug lord's brain in.
Yeah.
What was the name of that robot?
It's been so long since I've watched 2, which I need to rewatch it. There's a level up. That's quite a way to tell someone they leveled up.
Yeah.
Now how do I level up? Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want.
Try and figure out how to allocate skill points or something?
Yeah, it didn't say. I would have assumed that there would be. That's just hacking. Okay, well, whatever. I'm sure it'll come up at some other point.
I like it that you don't even like kick the boxes or shoot.
Yeah, you just walk right into them.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's time saving.
True, but it's kind of like these boxes are so shittily made that just walking by them will explode them.
Let's see. Be cautious around people in dangerous areas. Some people don't attack on sight and will let you leave. If you don't, be ready for a fight. Okay, so you're telling me not to fight these people.
Will killing you make me feel better?
I mean, it might. Okay, what? No.
Well, you're stealing from them.
No, that was on the ground.
You're stealing. That was their shit.
Heck, I think even these might have unlimited ammo. Tap F to pick up the weapons and armor to place in your inventory. Okay, so that's how you immediately equip. Now, it does look like some things I do have to open, like bigger actual crates. Okay, that's a
supervisor hat.
I kind of want to see it up close.
Memory purge initiated.
Uh-oh, now we're in the purge.
Resetting to default.
Well, you are shooting everybody you come across.
Basically.
SI ready for reboot.
God, that was such a good show. I don't know why they decide to try to do a live action-ish reboot for Netflix. I have not watched it, but it's...
Hey, what now?
You didn't know about that? A swag weapon skin. Swag weapon skin. Yeah, so they I can't remember what it's called, but it's like reboot Guardians of the Net, maybe. And so it's like these kids that go to this like basically, you know, school for very smart kids, like high school for very smart kids. And somehow it's, I don't know, I can't remember. The trailer was like, oh god, I don't know if I want to watch this. So basically, like, they almost mixed Power Rangers with Reboot. So basically, they can get in these like suits that then put them into the net, and then they're in there like Bob, essentially. So I never watched it. I think it only lasted 1, maybe 2 seasons at most.
I mean, it almost sounds like the 1%, but I don't think you're talking about the 1%.
No, its name is like literally like Reboot Guardians of something, I think.
Oh God.
Because like I was like, oh, Reboot. I wonder if this is any relation to Reboot, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a relation to Reboot, but not in the way you want it to be.
Oh God. Because I never like got like hardcore into that show, but I did like the episodes I saw.
Oh, I own the complete season or series, and I have not finished rewatching it. But like, dude, they did so much good. Like they literally have an episode that is full. Like the sister. Oh God, what's the sister's name? Dot becomes basically like Elvira, and the little brother basically becomes Ash from Evil Dead, and I'm like, I don't even remember that. Like I remember the episode, but like, you know, not for revisiting it for ages and being like, oh my God, these like horror movie references and stuff like that. And it's because of that show that they did Beast Wars, which I know you're not a big Beast Wars fan, but like.
Oh, Beast Wars is just past my time.
Right, yeah. No, I didn't mean it in, like, the negative connotation, but, like, Beast Wars is so big for my childhood, because that was the Transformers show that got me into Transformers.
Understandable.
Well, because you gotta think, like, the original series was done, like, what? Well, I might have...
I think it was late 70s it started, but
no, it was
around.
It was had to be 80s when it started. I thought. I didn't think it was 70s.
80s.
But I know, like by the time it ended, I might have been born. But by the time I was old enough to like watch stuff on TV, Beast Wars was like just starting. Oh, Return to
see, like my brother had a bunch of Transformers that he handed down to me once he was too old for him. But they were like so torn up that it was almost like they weren't even toys. But my brother is like 9 years older than me, so I'm kind of leaning towards those either early 80s or late 90s when that show was on.
Well, so the movie was, I think. Hang on. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. While this is, you know, a good place to kind of take a break. Transformers the movie.
Well, that was 84.
Yeah, so it ran for at least two more seasons after the movie. So it was probably 82 or 83 when it aired for the first time. And then so it would have been over before I was even born if it only ran for another two more seasons after that. So so like the 90s being the perfect time to kind of do its like sequel show with Beast Wars was basically how it happened for me. Locate stoppage. Likely area sub-level 23, zone 2, clear stoppage. Note, do not use insta-rinse or the pipes will corrode. Report back. Well, maybe you shouldn't call it insta. Okay, so now we got grenades. Tactical equipment range from grenades to robots. Deploy tactical with G and press G again to detonate in advance. Okay. Right.
So it's D for grenades, O for objective.
Yeah, so you would think C would be for character, but no, that's for hacking.
Maybe C is for computer.
Yeah, but you're not using it as a computer, you're using it as a hacking tool.
Well, you'd be hacking computers.
Ooh. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have done that.
It's a red barrel.
Yeah, I like shooting red barrels. Got a problem?
Not when you're next to them.
Always when you're next to them. I have to ask also, have you looked at or are you even interested in playing any of Far Cry 6?
I'll probably play it. I haven't looked into it just because I kind of want to be, surprised by a lot of whatever's in it.
It's good.
From what I understand, it doesn't change the formula too much.
No.
But I like. I forget his real name.
Guy who plays Esposito.
Yeah, him. He does really well, from what I hear.
He's fantastic. So I will probably stick with 5. Will probably be my favorite. Now, let's be fair. I have not played 3 or 4. I do own them, and I don't think I'll ever play Primal. Because that whole thing just does not necessarily interest me. But go ahead.
When I first played Primal, I liked it. I don't know what it was about it, but I liked playing it more than 3 or 4. But then I tried playing it again recently, and I'm just like, I can't do this.
I think like it was an interesting idea, but when it comes like to practicality and everything, I don't think it quite fully works. Yeah, I know. I keep shooting you, poor robot that wants to run away. Oh man, I'm gonna need help. There we go. Perfect. But yeah,
and I know it.
Oh, go ahead.
I know everybody loves Voss as like, oh, this is like the best Far Cry bad guy or whatever, and I hate Voss.
Yeah, like, I can't say too much on that because, like I said, I haven't played 3.
Granted, I'll say like, what's his name in 4?
Oh, I know.
And I know he's voiced by
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, yes. Who voices everybody that's not voiced by Nolan North.
Basically. Hell, they even had to put them in the same franchise together.
Pretty much. But I did like him just because he was charismatic. Like Voss was just like, here, let me repeat this one damn phrase over and over again, and it's supposed to be symbolic and everything. And I'm just like, just shut the fuck up. I don't care anymore.
Oh shit! What the frack, man?
I think somebody else is drunk.
Yeah.
Now in default shutdown mode. Suggestion. Interface with data node to obtain.
Maybe I don't want to interface with the data node.
Closest data node available in the warrant. End suggestion.
I think like what people like about Voss is, and again, this is coming from not really having played it, is just the fact that like how pure of a psychopath he is. But like that's why I like 5. Ooh, here we go, cutscene time. Look at my manly purple pants. Oh.
And it's claymation.
I just pooped those purple pants. But like that's what I liked about 5 being kind of the cult leader. That was very good. Oh god.
With the cult, it's like you basically spread out the psychopathy among different characters.
Right, and I just got fucked.
They also like they're trying to build character with this, with cutscenes and everything, but every time they did that, it was like, oh, you progressed in the game so far, so now we're kidnapping you and not killing you, even though we recognize you as like our ultimate like person we need to defeat.
Right. Well, finish your
just
thought.
like this just doesn't make any sense with any of these characters.
Yeah, I think also the main problem, because like this is what I told Pat, was I think one of the best things to go back to is like 5 it didn't matter who your character was. Like, your character had no dialogue, no real interactions with people. Oh God, come on. Just not. So like, because you could probably have those better character building moments when your character actually means something, rather than just being kind of a faceless, deputy.
And the thing is, like, you can have good character, player character building moments without the character speaking. Like, Breath of the Wild is a perfect example of that.
Well, and so with 6, they returned back to, okay, you can choose the gender of your character, and have it still kind of, be whatever you want it to be, but they made sure that, like, they had a male voice character and they had a female voice character, and they picked, a very generic name. Oh, he just disappeared?
Wow, that was pathetic.
Hey, I think I found the character menu. There it is. Let's see. Character. Yeah, that was odd. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Let's see. Vital signs. Oh, how many?
Maybe augmentations.
How many skill points do I have?
2.
Where do you see it?
The status. It's the middle. On the right.
Ah, thank you. I was having that problem in another game where I was like, all right, you're telling me I got skill points, but I can't tell you anything about where they're at and how many I have. Oh, Australia Ascending. I was playing that. That's where I couldn't figure out where my stuff was for that.
Looks like you're pretty close to leveling up to level 3.
Yep, not far. About 1,900, something like that. Let's see, armor. Yeah.
Of course, we also don't know how much XP you're getting from the all these drones.
Is this really like adequate? I mean,
hey, you gotta listen to Beats by Dre while you're shooting people up.
Now that looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but apparently
he looks like he has a toaster on his face.
Wait, okay, let's see. So this has what are these stats? Okay, you're not gonna tell me what these stats are. But, like, if I do that, whatever that 20 is drops to 0. But fire resistance goes up to 5.
Looks like intelligence.
Is that intelligence? I mean, that's fire.
Oh,
that's hack. That's got to be hacking.
That's a brain.
Is it a brain?
Looks like a brain to me.
See, I can't quite tell. Yeah, it'd be better if you could hover over those and see what those mean. And those are my normal pants. Okay, what else do I got? That's loadouts. Yeah, I don't think I really need to do anything with my loadouts. Now, can I select that swag skin? Where's that swag skin? I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Let's see. Augmentations. Probably don't have anything for that yet. Okay, those are just maps and missions. Yeah, so I don't have any side missions. Okay. Make sure I didn't just like deselect that. Alright. Now I know how to get to my character menu.
Well, maybe you got some clothing or something in that pile of crap that being dropped.
No, I think I got it all already. Oh no. No, I didn't. Or yeah, I did. Because I don't think I can pick any. Oh no, I didn't. What the heck was it? What? Oh, those are all credits. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, that's a lot of creds right away.
Yeah. I mean, I really know nothing about this game, so I have no idea what any of these pickups look like or anything.
Well, like that's what I kind of wanted to do with something that was going kind of. Okay, now that's an augment. Now we've got an augment. Okay, did it automatic? Oops. No. Did it automatically add it? Yep. Okay. Punch delivered with a massive hydraulic force propels enemies away from you. Sweet. But
hydraulic force? You're just human bones. Like,
well, no.
What the hell?
it's when you talk about, okay, so you can use it with Q and E. So when you're looking at cyberpunk type games, their bodies are augmented with like technology, so you're not just purely organic. Think of Deus Ex Machina.
Right, but they also like went out of their way to show that he wasn't fully human.
True.
Like when you start, thing is, Mankind Divided. They actually show him being human first, and then he gets augmented later.
Well, I think in the world of cyberpunks, like you're pretty much born with like, and then get augmented. Like it's become such a thing with the society now, or with the society of those worlds, that like if you're not augmented, there's something like you're a fanatic or something like that.
A Luddite?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I don't need to be going that way, but I do need to get health.
I've downloaded a set of instructions available in your codex.
Deep stink?
Deep stink, yes. So, codex. The deep stink constitutes the vast subsurface levels of the arcology. Few habbers ever come here, and those who do would rather be elsewhere, of course. Vast pipe networks, feats of macro engineering disappear into the dark abyss below the arcology. Ancient malfunctioning security systems, well, that's not good, unreliably keep the ferals trapped in their breeding grounds, where they feed on what falls down from above. Everything is haphazardly maintained by the soups, a large network of interconnected service bots. There's a musty and ever-prevalent stench of wastage, mold, decay, and offal, and down here, hence its nickname, the Deep Stink. So it sounds like a very lovely place to be.
Oh, Jesus, it was like a boss arena.
Yeah, I kind of like that though, that the camera's moving like in a scale to like show some of the vista. Like again, that's what I kind of wish like some other isometric games would do. You know, where you get to take in more, like you said, what the programmers and the developers were able to make. Yeah, I guess that's where we're going.
Well, hello, random people who weren't here before.
Well,
there's Kung Lao there in the lower right.
I was thinking the same thing. Okay, I guess we finished the beginning there.
Did you actually fix anything?
No. at least not to my knowledge. I mean, did you see me fix anything?
You need to fix shit and go this way, and you do, and then you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going up the surface.
Well, and that's so that's kind of like the whole point of the name in the Ascent is like each part of the game as you're progressing through the stories, you're going up through the higher levels of this world or whatever, to where you're like seeing the varying class systems and stuff like that between the rich and the poor and. Oh, wait. Okay, no.
Hi, Yoda.
That is kind of like Yoda.
That is totally Yoda right there.
Yeah, don't mind me as I break these boxes right next to you guys.
Could have broken them. You're standing next to them, but you decided not to.
That's right. I got the weapon skin, not you.
Don't mind me walking all weird and shit. This is just what I do.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't really like. I really wish that the WASDs would turn your character as well.
But now, what were you looking at? You said like, oh, what's that?
This guy.
Oh, well, that's a Krogan.
It's a bit bigger than a Krogan.
Well, Krogans are pretty big.
One of these days, I will do a playthrough of Mass Effect where I don't get Rex killed at the very beginning by skipping a whole bunch of missions that I don't know I have to do.
I can't believe you've never saved Rex.
No, I've never always gotten him killed because like the quest system is so for Mass Effect 1 is so like open-ended. It's kind of my problem when I try to play like games like Pillars of Eternity and Divinity Original Sin, where there's like no direction of where you should go or how you should level up your stats, and so I'm always not at the right stat levels to convince him to, you know, let us bomb the place or whatever.
Well, basically, my experience with playing games with you is that you're like hyper focused on doing the story missions.
Yes.
Whereas exploring is like, you know, like Omega level a priority for you. It's like it doesn't matter to you at all. It's like for me, it's like, yeah, I'll explore and do this other crap before I do the you know, rest of the story, and you know, I'll find like, oh, this is the armor Rex was looking for, and he's like, hey, that's my family armor. And, you know, he becomes like loyal to you, and so it's easier to convince him not to turn against you when you go to Vermeer.
I'll say I've gotten better at that. Like I do a lot more exploring now, mainly because of games like Trails of Cold Steel and stuff like that, where you do get a lot of important stuff if you're doing the side quests and doing and trying to find them all too. And so like I do try to explore more and try to do more side quests on stuff than I used to. But I do focus a lot on story.
So I remember distinctly when you had me play the Ghostbusters video game.
Yeah.
And I think it was the second level where you're actually on the streets and and Stay Puft is following you. And I just go off into this alley, and you're like, no, the story's over there. The story's over there. And I find a haunted like relic that you had never found.
Yeah.
It's like it was like 10 feet down this alley. What the hell?
That's kind of like that's why with the Dark Pictures Anthology stuff, I try to find everything. But I think a lot of the stuff that I haven't found, which we were kind of talking about when we finished Little Hope last week, was that you have to play the curator cut, where you're getting the other characters' perspectives of stuff, like to probably get the other 5 pictures that you haven't found and some of the other secrets.
Okay.
Which makes sense, and it gives you more incentive to replay it.
Group went into immediate default after the corporate AI filed for bankruptcy 1 sub-cycle ago. All attempts to contact the corporate board has failed.
So what's a sub-cycle?
An official statement.
A sub of a cycle.
Well, typically a cycle is a year. So what's a sub-cycle? A half a year?
Could be.
It's gone into default mode. If this is true,
depends what a cycle is in their universe.
Will already be moving in. All the luck to them. As I always say, one being's ill fortune is another's opportunity. Stay tuned.
To all hammers in Cluster 13, this is Boom.
So all very attractive looking people.
Noticed, our dear arcology just defaulted. I don't give a feral's ass about the whys and wherefores. Business will go on as usual. That means no panic.
Can't tell if this guy's supposed to be a robot or just heavily augmented.
Heavily augmented.
Understood? Go now.
Okay, so... Okay, mission complete. So we completed it?
Somehow.
And the achievement I just unlocked is what just happened.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Much bigger problems. Come find me at the Serenity, boss.
Oh, so now we're going into Firefly territory. Ah, that's
oh,
up
we'll
there.
see Nathan Fillion and what's his name? Tudyk.
Oh, Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk. We'll see those guys there.
course that door's locked, so I can't go get that thing. What? D10 180 Digivisor. Alright, now I gotta look at what this thing looks like. Oh, this... What? Come on.
That is terrible.
You couldn't... What? What is that? That's like a neck brace. That's horrible.
I really don't know why you need the chin strap on that.
Yeah, right? So it's to make sure my neck doesn't go the other way. Style. Oh, hey, there we go. You were right. Yeah, you know, I can do some more customization, it looks like. Let's see. I can change the visual style of the armor. If I can do that right now, wherever I go to do that, which is in here.
Does that look on purpose?
Hopefully it doesn't cost a whole lot.
I get that a lot. Is that look on purpose? Okay. Is that... So I like that. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
You're not changing anything else?
Nah. Perfect. This man is pure Chad.
This guy is playing Virtual Boy while he's walking around.
Exactly. I said pure Chad already. Why did you feel like you needed to be redundant?
Well, it depends on what Chad you're talking about. We worked with a Chad who, you know,
well,
somehow got like
fair,
into every.
He was a Chad. He was just a bad Chad.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So
Don't they realize that real, actual teleportation is ultimately... Oh god, not that conversation again. Teleportation is ultimately fatal at any rate. It's not the same person being transferred, it's the breaking down, the instant killing of the current person, and then the subsequent reconstruction at the atomic level, an exact copy of that very person, memories and all. Okay, did they just take lines from the conversation Sheldon has in The Big Bang Theory about it? Because I'm pretty sure that's the exact same dialogue. And yet still I've been criticized by my peers for weaponizing this research. Oh, you weaponized it. As if what they were doing was an outright murder all along. Okay, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Well, basically, in the quantum level, that's exactly what happens. Like, the person who's teleported is destroyed and a new one's created.
Come on now. Let's stick with Star Trek teleportation or Brundlefly teleportation. Tried looking at
Brundlefly?
Brundlefly. Fly with Jeff Goldblum. Have you not seen that? The David Cronenberg one?
I never heard it referred to as that.
Oh, Brundlefly? You never heard of him called Brundlefly?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I just heard it referred to as the Fly.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's like, I think if you were to like look up because I think NECA has done a figure, or some groups have done figure, but the name of the figure is Brundlefly. Because that's from the scene when he's actually doing, trying to figure out what's going on with him, and he's rerunning the logs, and it goes, oh, Brundle in one, Fly in the other, what came out, and it says Brundlefly. Tried looking at beaming, but we still can't get around the issue of penetrating intervening matter, which means interdimensional hopscotch still comes into play. May not be worth the extremely high energy requirement, then, though such a reaction would in turn be highly exothermic in nature.
But see, that also supports, like, it isn't the same person that's created on the other end.
Oh no, that certainly does, but it's a lot more horrific.
I mean, that's the whole, like, Tuvix thing in Star Trek Voyager, you know, like, Neelix and Tuvok were combined to create a whole new being.
Yeah, but Voyager also had Janeway and Paris devolve into salamanders and get jiggy with it.
Voyager also kind of ignored a lot of lore that was in the previous series too.
Well, okay, so, this is actually a very good question because you know you and I haven't talked Star Trek in a while.
No.
This guy ain't even speaking English.
I'm not even paying attention to
No, I know. Well, because I just heard gibberish. I'm like, okay, they're translating it here, so... He couldn't even say kablooey. Anyways, first off, I will have to say I recommend, even though I've only watched like the first, well, technically I guess it's 2 because it was a 2-parter, but they did it as one big long one. Star Trek Prodigy. Very cool.
Oh, that's the CG one with Janeway as a hologram, right?
Yes. Now, the only thing I don't know is, like, because they have creatures from the Delta Quadrant, but also from the Alpha Quadrant, I don't know exactly, like, where it takes place, let alone even when. But it's really cool, like, and having Janeway on there, you know, because obviously Kate Mulgrew doesn't look like she did back when, you know, no offense to her or anything, but it's cool to like still have her there and voicing the hologram. But again, like, I've only watched the first episode, so I can't say anything of what it does afterwards. But I really enjoyed the first episode. I have to recommend it, but. Have you watched Discovery at all?
No, because I think that's on
Paramount Plus.
Was it? Yeah, and I haven't subscribed to that streaming service yet.
Okay. So, of course, the new season. Oh God, the new season started, and I haven't even been paying attention. That tells you how great it is. Starts off really bad. Gets a little bit better in end of season 2. Season 3 is rocky, but like fixes some things. So who knows how 4 goes? So like their problem was they go, hey, here we go. We're gonna set Star Trek show like 5 to 10 years before the original series, right? And we're gonna say it's in the normal timeline. But in reality, it's more like it's in the Kelvin timeline. Because of... Do you remember DS9 being the first time that they test actual, like, hologram messaging? No, they have holograms. Hologram messaging back and forth in Discovery. 5 to 10 years before the original series.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And so there were issues. Now, what I do give them credit for, and I'm really kind of interested to see how they're going to do the Christopher Pike show. The Enterprise, when the Enterprise does show up, they did try to model the bridge as like an updated, but still looks and resembles the original bridge look. So I give them a lot of credit for that. But what they did to end up fixing it, because they were so adamant that this is like in the normal timeline rather than the Kelvin timeline. If they'd set it in the Kelvin timeline, it would have made more sense. Because you can be like, oh, because of Nero and everything, you know, they invested in upgrading their technology and stuff. But they were like, no, it's in the normal series timeline. Well, they ended up, because of that, being unable to really reconcile a lot of the problems with, like, one, how they made the Klingons look, which is horrendous. And then because they made them all bald, and they made them all, like, long craniums. Like, so, like, their backs, like, were extended further out. Like, Worf doesn't look like that at all, right? And so everyone didn't like the bald Klingons in season 1. So all of a sudden in season 2, some of the Klingons finally have hair, and they go, oh, so you guys decided to start growing your hair back. That's great. And it's like, oh god, that's such a horrible story point. But mild spoilers for Star Trek Discovery season 2. By the end of it, they launched them like 900 years into the future. And it's like, and I'm like, that's good. I'm fine with that. Because now you can't screw anything else up canonically with the timeline.
Now you'll have to excuse me.
But Picard, I did enjoy Picard.
Fine. We'll talk again.
I hear Picard's pretty good.
It's a lot more action-y, which a lot of people complained about, but Leslie and I enjoyed it.
I have heard good things about Discovery. Not like nothing what you've said, but
look at you, positively bristling.
I have heard like Discovery is just basically like a research ship. So, like, it kind of makes a little sense that they had some of this other crap going on.
It's not just that Discovery had holotech. All of the Federation ships have holotech.
And see, that doesn't make any sense because in Deep Space Nine, they were testing that out.
Exactly.
With the Defiant during the Dominion War.
Exactly. Because like on the first episode, because they're not even on Discovery in the first episode, they're on a different Federation ship, and immediately like there's conversations that happen with holotech, and every like Star Trek fan was just like, nah, it's not right. That's not right. Now again, if they had come out and said, yeah, we're setting this in the Kelvin timeline, I don't think you would upset people as much. Because you can be like, alright, it's new timeline, makes sense.
Now all local SIs are operating independently.
But yeah,
hundreds of optimizer protocols fighting for the same scratch.
It is what it is. But I will say, like, Picard was nice, and I'm really excited for season 2. And Prodigy seems to be heading in the right way. Like, I think they're learning, and they're getting people on board for writing that actually know Star Trek.
Well, ever since Gene Roddenberry died, they haven't really like had like a specific focus,
right?
That he brought with series. Like, of course, it was the original series where he laid down the law. Like, it can only be this. The Federation is this. The interaction with the crew is this. That episodes are like this, and it was like that with Next Generation for most of its runtime.
Yeah,
and early on in Deep Space Nine, it was like that too. Then Gene Roddenberry died, and then they were able to do different things, and that's why. One of the things, partly that's the reason why Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek series, is because it didn't do the typical Star Trek formula, which is like, oh, you have a monster of the week, you have recurring characters that develop over time, you have animosities between main characters. You don't have this supreme loyalty to the Federation, like from everybody.
You see a lot more of the gray area.
Yes. And that's what I liked. And Voyager kind of delved into that a little bit, but it was still a lot of the typical.
Like an AUG-6 stiff right now, soon to be
the typical Star Trek formula, where it's like, oh, we have a monster of the week, and we're still traveling across and the galaxy and everything, and yeah, there was some behind the scenes bullshit, but ultimately the reason why I don't like Voyager all that much is because I just kind of feel like it wasn't that good.
I guess that's what you can expect.
Yeah,
of the Star Trek series I've seen, which is just basically a little bit of the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager.
And so you haven't done it. Yeah, I was going to say Enterprise. Enterprise is the only one so far I haven't finished, and not because I don't like it. It's just other stuff ends up getting in there. By the time I'm like, oh yeah, I want to sit down and watch an episode of Enterprise, I'm like, I've watched all these other things, and Enterprise is on the last of my mind. Because I really like Scott Bakula, and I really like the cast they have on that.
Yeah, the cast is phenomenal.
So it's one of those things, and I like their, like, in the first season their Ryza episode is fantastic. Can you guys speak English?
For my favorite series, it's Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Voyager, and then a tie. It's controversial with the original series and Enterprise. And the only reason why that is because I've only seen maybe 7 episodes of the original series.
Oh, you haven't watched all of the original series?
No, basically, like, I want to watch it, but, like, every time I do, it's like, oh, there's this other series that I really want to get into, and I'll watch that instead. And
so it's like kind of the same thing that I have with Enterprise a little bit.
Yeah, and it's absolutely nothing against the original series. It just never gets the time for me to actually go and watch it.
So for me, I'd say Deep Space Nine and Next Generation are tied. Because Next Generation is the one that I always definitely like remember seeing episodes of as a kid for sure, and then like Deep Space Nine I would watch occasionally, like on a late night, if I couldn't sleep that night or something like that. I don't want to go to the Grinder District. I'm really scared where that's going to take me.
Especially if there's an app for it.
Exactly. But then, like, later on, you know, and getting to actually watch all of Deep Space Nine through, like, Netflix. Now, of course, I own the complete series and everything. Like, because it deals with a lot of complex and tough issues to deal with, like, and talk about it on television. Like, just even the easy one to come to mind is Odo, like the first season with Odo and the racism against him because of him being like the only shapeshifter or whatever, and the fact that like he basically lives in a bucket and stuff like that. Like that will always be one of those shows that I need to go this way. You know, even because we've talked about it on the podcast before about, you know, inserting personal politics and stuff in a show and doing it poorly or doing it well. And I feel like, hey, now I don't have purple pants anymore. I feel like that was a show, much like with the original series, and there's your Ed 209.
Oh yeah. Although he looks more like a mech warrior from that game series. I mean, even like the original series and Next Generation were also able to tackle some difficult issues, but I feel like Deep Space Nine did it the most and did it well. But the difference between then doing personal politics or doing political episodes talking about very difficult things to talk about, they did them with a finesse and in a way that, like, they weren't going to upset those fans who might believe in what is pointed out to be the wrong viewpoint. Like, they treated both as respectable people, and going, we understand that, like, there's this man, everything is crashing into everything. Yeah, and he took out like 7 bridges right there.
Yeah. But whereas nowadays, when you have writers inserting their personal politics or trying to talk about delicate topics,
it's a little ham-fisted.
It's ham-fisted. They're doing it to an extent where they're trying to preach to you. Whereas, like, Star Trek, it was never preaching. It was just talking about these moral issues and going, we don't know what the right answer is, but we should try to work together to figure it
out. One good example was, like, in Deep Space Nine. There's an episode where Jadzia meets another Trill who the symbiont and Jadzia's symbiont had a relationship in a previous
incarnation. Yeah, I remember that.
And there's controversy, and the other symbiont's host is also female. The controversy isn't that they're both female, one to have a relationship again. It's the Trill society is like, symbionts shouldn't have relationships repeatedly over hosts. So, like, if one host dies, then they can't have a relationship again, type thing. And it's like, well, that totally, you know, puts a spin on the whole, you know, homosexual relationship thing that in sitcoms, well, not sitcoms, but in series TV that it's like, oh, this is something that you don't portray, or you can't portray unless you're like being comedic about it.
Right.
And they're like, the homosexuality part of it wasn't the issue. It was another thing that basically they're saying the homosexuality wasn't a problem. It was, basically this other thing that culturally was a taboo.
Right, and yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, if you don't, you've always got to approach it in a delicate manner, where like something like that, where it's it's talking about those difficulties, and again, like not necessarily giving you what the answer is, because we don't know what the answer is, but let's try to look at it in a different light than what we're looking at it in. Whereas today, you'll have an episode of television like that where they're okay, you guys just want to start going all Metal Gear Solid.
Well, they had a exclamation point. Does that mean they're going to fight, or they're just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I think it was meant they were going to fight. I'm going to totally die here. Oh, yeah, especially when you're in cover.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're just hitting rocks right there.
Yep, there it died. But yeah, it's just one of those things. And I wanted, because you brought up Trills, another cardinal sin, I will say Discovery did, but since they were in 900 years in the future, I guess you can come up with an explanation for why it happened. Human symbiote, or human host to a Trill symbiote. And
oh, they actually did that in Next Generation.
They did it in Next Generation, but then they talked about basically how it's just not feasible. And this was one where it was like a battle time type of thing here and stuff like that. Like it was just really poorly done. Like it just didn't feel like they try to come up behind me with that freaking crowbar. It's one of those things where they're just not trying. They weren't trying. Like, yeah, you could reference, if they would have referenced something like, well, back on Stardate, blah 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 blah, so and so tried to and failed, but we figured out how to fix it, right? But they just ignore that there was ever an episode that said it was problematic.
Fortunately, Star Trek really isn't terribly great about referencing previous episodes.
Well, most long-running franchises aren't either. Getting some shirt skins.
Oh, so you don't have to wear that wife beater anymore?
No, I mean I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to wear the wife beater. He's like we said, he's a complete Chad. He's got to have the wife beater, otherwise he loses his Chad powers. Which obviously weren't helping the last time we were trying to do this encounter.
See, he didn't have the exclamation point to
No,
shoot him.
I just started shooting him because I had a feeling it was going to lead to a shootout. I'm trying to be different.
I think you're just trigger happy.
Well, I mean, the point of the game is to shoot people. At least that's what I've taken so far from it, is that I'm just supposed to go place to place and shoot people.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not as sophisticated as Borderlands, but
no. During combat, crouching. Okay, I get it. I understand what crouching can do for me for cover. I won't listen to it because I never listen to cover mechanics.
So what's that thing? Go back a bit.
See? Okay. As soon as they get the exclamation point, they're gonna start attacking.
All right, fair enough. But there's that robot thing with the helmet.
Yeah, I think it got hit when I was shooting before.
Yeah, hit it more or fix it, or what's going on with it?
I could probably make it blow up. Yeah, sure. Come out of nowhere, dude. I'm glad you could say my pleasure to that. What? This game's getting to be some bowl. I mean, it also doesn't... I mean, I can't tell you anything from because we've been talking back and forth this entire time. I have no idea what's even going on in the plot.
Neither do I. That's kind of why
I'm not upset. It's just like, I know I'm supposed to go to this point here, kill these guys here, and that's about it.
I'm sorry. After that thing crashed into like 7 or 8 like bridges, there's like some run away. It says, "Ew, get away from me!" I was like, "That's your reaction to like chaos exploding around you?"
Of course. Oh. Now this honestly just feels like more like kind of like you said, like a twin stick shooter, but like a twin stick shooter with no story purpose, just set in a cyberpunk world.
So why did you go into that storefront there?
I'm not sure there's anything in here. I mean, I can go in here, but I don't think there's. Oh, there's some boxes. Oh, what'd that get me? I just got a tactical charge. Bleep boop. I'm glad to know an ATM in the future goes bleep boop. I mean, the aesthetics of it are really nice. Like I like the graphics and everything, and I like the colors. I mean, it plays pretty well. It's just that I'm not. Again, it's the camera movement onto my targeting is what I don't like about it. Maybe you'll regret staying.
I like it that he still finished saying what he was saying, even though you had shot him like 7 times.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I hit him 7 times, though. Very inaccurate with this gun. Maybe I should switch back to the pistol.
How fast can you shoot with the pistol?
Still pretty fast.
Might be better.
I'll be a little bit more accurate, because I'm just spraying bullets with the like little submachine gun.
Yeah. So it's interesting that like the red barrels that you blow up are still blowed up after you.
Yeah, they should frickin' reset.
Respawn. That's what.
Oh, I've got your gun.
But that guy is like sniping the shit out of you.
No, that's my reticle.
Stimtown access currently restricted by local proprietors.
Okay, well I wasn't trying to go there. What I wanted to do was go here. And where's my guns? Is it? No, there it is. Do I not? Come on, so I've been picking up like 4 of the same gun? That's stupid.
Wow. How about secondary?
The secondary I think is still the same, but I'll take a quick look. No, it's just another stupid protector.
Wow.
Jeez. I'm gonna die again, but it's unavoidable at this point. No, I knew as soon as I got hit, I was gonna go down. We're gonna get past this part here. It's gonna happen.
I don't believe you.
I mean, probably won't, but I'll say like I'm glad I got it on Steam sale, but not because it's like a back game or something, but I paid like 20 instead of 30. That was okay. That reaction was I won't tell anyone. I want to look to see. I haven't really looked to see if I got different shirts. Nope. Nope. I just got that wife beater to protect me. That's all I need.
And that's all the armor. That's all the armor you need, right? I mean, wife beater.
Pure chat.
Oh, you killed that weird owl creature, dude.
I just killed another one. Sorry, Yoda. I have been trying to finally also get back to Watch Dogs Legion. Like I got it, and then I got the PS. Like I played it, and then I got the PS5, and I was like, oh, cool. So now I'm gonna play it on PS5, and my save's gonna totally cross over. And it was like, oh no, your save doesn't cross load. It's like, well, that's stupid. So
have you loaded to the cloud?
No, it's so there's something like, and some games have this, and it might have it now, but I couldn't quite see it, and it's been too long since I like last played it that it's better I start off fresh. Where you have to do some special stuff to get it to
before you get on the elevator. Never mind.
Oops.
Like, can you go into those green doors there?
Probably. Ooh, what's this? I got jeans now. Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that booty! Look at
jeans
that!
Jeans and a wife beater.
We got. Look at that!
Oh, that's a nice ass.
Oh yeah, we got some junk in that trunk.
That is a Chad ass.
Oh, great. I get the jeans and I immediately landed to a fight. Okay, that's another...
No, wait, you were saying?
I'm not even sure what I was saying before.
Shit, I forget.
Yeah, no, I'm just totally... Well, obviously it wasn't important.
Well, there's Captain Gantu back there.
Captain who?
Gantu, he's from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I can't say I've seen Lilo and Stitch.
He's a giant shark or killer whale alien.
Can you drop me like health, please? Okay. Oh, there we go. Now
interesting that you don't automatically pick up health. You have to hold F.
No, certain some of the higher health packs you do. There have been some that have dropped that are like small.
Oh, okay.
Here to meet my gun.
Oh, come on! Come on! I was trying to leave, man. I was minding my own business. Now you're making me gank you. I mean, you're not, but I'm going to. I'm going to blame you. Why did I hit that? Oh, because F is, I think, maybe reload and playing too many games. Oh, Watch Dogs! That's what I was talking about.
Oh, yes.
So, I've got a shotgun now. Let's say hello to my boomstick. Oh yeah, look at that baby.
Nice.
That's pretty sick. So I've been getting back into that. Now, the thing is, I've got the season pass now. So, it's got all the Aiden Pierce stuff and oh yeah. Now that's a gun. Oh my god, I blew his leg off.
Damn.
Holy crap. So it was really weird because, like, I guess, so they did a whole, like, little side campaign for him that takes place before the actual events of Legion, but I didn't play it. But then, like, since I restarted it, I'm at the beginning again. It's like, oh, recruit Aiden Pierce, recruit Wrench from 2, and it's like, that's so weird considering my first playthrough, like, they weren't even in the game.
See, like, I played the first one, and I wasn't too thrilled with it, and I bought it on sale at the same time that I bought 1 and 2 together. It was like a bundle deal.
Oh, yeah.
And 2, like, it definitely was better than the first one, but I absolutely hated every single character except maybe Wrench.
See, I liked the characters. I know you did. I want to see what this new.
Like there's one mission where it's like you're hacking ATMs, and you're just like people are just like going like, okay, I need like $20, and they're like, nope, your account has been drained and donated to this charity, and they're like, I need that to pay my rent. What the fuck? And they have absolutely no remorse about that. It's just like, you guys suck.
Did you ever watch Hackers, the best hacking movie ever made?
Once, and it was terrible.
Oh no, that's pure gold, man. Hack the planet. You know what? I know why you don't like Hackers. You've just never hacked a Gibson.
I haven't hacked a what?
A Gibson. Yes, that's a reference from the movie.
What the fuck's a Gibson?
It was supposed to be like the most unhackable computer in the film. Because like, yeah, they say like a phrase like, wait, he hacked a Gibson? It's like, whatever. It was definitely written by people who had no idea. Like, of course, you gotta think that's the 90s too. Like, hacking was relatively new even then. And it wasn't even remotely what they were making it to be out to be.
Oh hell, they don't even make hacking outright in video games.
No. So you might actually, so you're talking about characters you found unlikable and everything too. You might like Legion, jerk, a little bit more because there is no main character per se. Like, it's the one thing that kind of turns me off about it, but it's not a completely terrible system. You just have random people. Like, it's randomized, so you can have these. You can turn on permadeath. So like, if your character gets killed and when you're trying to infiltrate something, they're dead, and then you switch to a different member of DedSec as a and they all have different perks and everything.
Caution. Area contested by the turbo.
But yeah, there's like no outside of like obviously the like heads up of DedSec and everything like that. There's just really like no real main character that you which is it's an interesting mechanic that I'm not used to for that, because like it's just never started out that way, and it's weird that it turned into that, but
yeah,
it works out. It's like kind of nice to have them all have different perks, and I mean they all definitely have distinctive personalities and stuff, and you can recruit a bunch of different people to DedSec and like grandmas and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's literally any character, any NPC you come across in the game can be recruited to DedSec. Because like it even messes with your perceptions, because it starts out like you're gonna have a main character, and then he dies right at the very beginning.
Oh wow!
And he's like an MI5 agent. So you're like, oh, I'm basically James Bond. And then you're like, oh, I'm basically dead. Alright, let's get to skills. That might help me out a little bit. How much? Oh, wait. Yeah, I got 6 skill points. I definitely need to do something about that. I don't see the point of the body battery yet, so I still you know what I haven't been doing this entire damn time? I haven't even been using my augment. I've totally forgot about it.
You know what? So did I.
Dog's just staring straight down at the carpet. It's a little disconcerting.
I do find that neat that I'm not sure if it's every time, but it seems like a lot of times when you just stand still, that the camera will kind of like, yeah.
I kind of like that.
That's kind of neat.
I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to wait for it to do it.
But I don't only do that like if it zooms out, because there's so many characters on the screen, so many enemies.
The greatest playground.
I do like that little touch.
The place is ruled by creeps and assholes. All of them armed to the teeth.
So he's just describing Grindr. Like, he's describing Grindr in real life.
What I don't get is that there seemed to be an indent for like an engineering thing. You don't fix anything where you start. You go up to the surface and you're like, oh, I'm just going to shoot a bunch of asshats.
Basically.
I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I still don't know plot-wise. Outside of, like, basically what you just said. Like, you're an indentured servitude, you're sent to go fix something, and then all of a sudden you're doing all of these, like, shady jobs for this dude.
Maybe there's more world building or guide or direction of what you're doing if you did more side missions.
Well, I thought I was doing a side mission, honestly, because I even said, oh, do side missions, and I'm like, okay, this was a side mission, but I guess not. Oh, what did I... Alright, wife beater has been upgraded. What are we wearing now? Oh, basically Master Chief.
It's an augmented wife beater.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, what are we doing? Let's just ask, what are we doing? Maps and missions. So we are doing a main mission. With CorpSec mostly gone due to bankruptcy, it falls on each step, blah, blah, blah. Okay, in the current state, they're extremely vulnerable, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to the Grindr District, which is a horrible name. The boss meeting is set to take place at the Art Gallery in Grindr. Poon has tasked me with going there and securing the area. So we're securing the area for this meeting. That's what we're doing.
Grindr and Poon. It seems like they have a certain thing on their minds.
Yeah, you're pretty much on target there.
36% of which are in bed, and the rest non-rehabilitators.
Yeah, lady, I ain't listening to what you're saying.
Registered at an all-time high last
Nobody listens to Clippy.
It's very true. Did you hear they're bringing Clippy back?
No, you're kidding.
No, I think they were bringing it back for Windows 11.
Oh,
which I find it funny. So, back when I was messing with audio settings a while back, I got into something where it was like telling me if my computer could technically upgrade to, because you know every Windows user basically gets a free upgrade to Windows 11 or to the newest one, depending on like how new their system is or whatever. And I was like, oh, you got to go check out your PC health because for some reason you're not fully upgradable for Windows, or like it just won't upgrade to Windows 11. Like for one, I don't want to upgrade to Windows 11 right now. Two, this is a newer
early
PC.
for Windows 11.
It's a newer PC, so you're not going to tell me that this PC is not like up to code or whatever for Windows 11. It tells me more that you got problems with Windows 11 than... Okay, that's a frickin' auto turret. That's no bueno. I hate auto turrets. Oh, one thing they did change in Far Cry 6, since we were talking about it before, you have actual kind of like RPG elements to it a little bit, where like there's some gear stuff that like enhances certain skills or certain things you can do. Oh god, that thing's good. You're gonna tell me it's level 0 and it's like freaking a bullet scope.
Throw a grenade at it.
Yeah, I should. Nope, I died while I was trying to throw the grenade. So again, see how far back we are. Oh, we're not that far. Just almost.
Still have your augmented light.
Oh, my grenades. No! That's some bull!
What happened?
So I hit the grenade, like, right as I died, so the grenade is recharging right now.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Not dead yet.
It's a freaking bullet sponge. Don't tell me it's a level 0. It's like a level 100. Oh, and it's got a great. Oh, and then now all these guys respawn.
Can you get to that purple thing up there? Might be something that you can use. Oh!
Yeah, that was a mistake. No, I was trying to look for it before, and I don't think I have the ability to get up there right now.
Go to the left a bit. Isn't there like a steps around here? No? Alright.
That doesn't look like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's probably a door I've got to enter that I can't access right now.
Is that not health there?
No, that's a gun. Now it's this motherfucking turret! Die!
This thing is fucking you up.
You gotta be kidding me.
Just stunned it.
Yeah, just stunned it, but then another guy came also out of nowhere.
I think your best bet is just to pass it up entirely.
Try.
Well, you can still go to the right.
Yeah, but I gotta go where it is. Oh, well, I've eviscerated that. There we go. There we go.
Can't believe the grenade only stunned it. It didn't destroy it
Well,
at all.
that's the point of the grenade. It's a stun grenade.
Oh.
Phone talking. We just learned that the Turbo Vipers are going all in. They sent a bunch of amped up stim brutes and they're leash holding full chromes into the
Did they lynch a robot?
I'm counting on you.
I mean, if you call that lynching, because it's hoisted on the back and not around the neck.
Yeah.
But it does seem like they don't like... Oh, come on.
Tranquility Park.
Does this look really tranquil to you?
Maybe it's an ironic name.
Apparently. Okay, that dude just freaking dropped out of that other car. Alright, I think we're going to try to at least get to securing this place. And, okay, I'm going to die. Well, actually, no, I got a little bit more health than I thought. Try to get to securing this place and then we'll end the stream because we're coming up pretty close to time. What?
I think that dude has a rocket launcher.
Yeah, and it's like heat-seeking missiles. Oh, we gotta kill... Actually, we gotta kill 4 fulcrums. Whatever those are. And probably the dude with the rocket launcher was one of them.
Probably. Or those hippie robots or something, huh? That dude there with the... That might be a full chrome.
I'm done.
You're fucked.
I'm done. Happy funeral to you, dude. Come on.
Wow.
That was definitely something.
Yeah, that was a clusterfuck.
You know what I still keep forgetting to do? My stupid augment. Alright, where'd you go, Mr. Grenade Launcher? Yeah, that's definitely a full.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
What the mother frack? I wasn't even in a good spot to try to do my augment on him. Alright, come on. Let's do this again.
You're on your gun or the shotgun?
I'm on the shotgun. Yes. Oh no. No. Do not recover health. Do not recover. There we go.
Yep, that's one.
And there's some health. Whew. Just had to go in there and just rock his world.
That's probably another.
That also explains why I've been having a difficult time. I was like 2 levels behind. I think I just got a.
Oh, you're being fucked up by people.
Yeah, I'm not switching to that. I mean, it would probably pause it, but okay, this is a perfect place to take a quick look. Okay, I tried this bad boy out. So what we've killed 2 full chromes, and we got 2 more to go. Okay, I'll take that.
Nice.
I'll really take that.
Fuck.
No, don't get that close to me. I don't want to blow myself up trying to kill you.
This seems to have unlimited ammo too. That's like.
Oh, what? No, it doesn't.
Oh. So let's say if that had unlimited ammo, that was unfair.
Maybe it does. I think I accidentally held F down too much. Yes. Hey, I'll take unfair right now. Hey, got a new vest. It's this vest. Eh, not as cool as the other one, but oh well.
I like it.
Well, because like, so if you hold down F, it will auto-equip whatever you just picked up. So like, that's what happened there. Is I switched to that like machine assault rifle, which actually wasn't bad. It's better than the submachine gun.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stick with the rocket launcher for now because that fucks some world up. Took out 2 with 1 shot. Okay, come on, Mr. Fulcrum, where are you? I got 2 of you guys to take out.
Probably up the stairs.
No, that's out of the search radius.
Oh. Oh, okay. I wasn't looking at the radar. Go to the right. You haven't gone that way yet.
That's what I'm thinking. I think I killed the 2 that would be like center left. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely people this way.
And there he is.
Oh, that's one.
All right, 1 to go. I'll take it. I don't need that right now. I'll save that for a rainy day. And he's dead. Oh, come on, man. You know what you're doing. They're neutered and grinder. Come on. You knew what you were doing. Alright, I'm gonna go pick up that health pack.
They impaled some dudes on trees.
I'm gonna switch this back to... where is it? Oh no, is it gone? That wasn't what I had before. This isn't... oh no, I guess I... ah, I'm an idiot.
What?
It's not a shotgun.
You're out of shotgun?
No, it's... I thought it was a shotgun. It's actually an assault rifle.
Oh!
I wasn't holding down on the mouse button.
Ah!
That would have made a world of difference.
What's that blue thing?
I think it's for energy. So if you see over here, I've got this blue bar. I think it's for like my augment.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Since I've hardly used my augment, I haven't needed it. Wait.
I don't even know what it does.
Yeah, actually, I did get to use it the one time, and it pushed people back. Okay, you're gonna tell me I gotta go in here, but now you're putting that thing back like I need to go back out. Oh, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. There he is. Okay. Wait, or... no, that's not him.
So are you defending those dudes?
I know I'm gonna have to kill this guy. That much I can tell you.
Oh, he punched the wall open and then he left.
And these guys are running in with katanas.
Of course, because that's what you do in Cyberpunk.
Of course.
Guns, use samurai swords.
That's basically Keanu Reeves' character in Cyberpunk 2077.
So, of course, you've seen like the trailers for Matrix Resurrections. What's your opinion on making another Matrix movie?
We don't need one. I'm glad it's dual release because I'm totally watching it from home.
I probably will too.
The stuff that they are retroactively trying to say about what Matrix 1 was actually really about is bull. I think that the siblings are... and I don't mean this to be disparaging to anyone or any group or anything, but I think that they are mentally unwell.
I thought it was only one of them that was doing it this time.
No. I mean in what they've done with themselves.
Oh.
And I don't mean that to be like, again, I don't mean that to be disparaging to any group or anything like that, but it was like, let's just say when one said that they were, I was like, okay. But then when the other one, it's like, all right.
Oh, they both transitioned?
Yes. That's why
I only heard about the one.
Yeah, no, they both have transitioned.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't particularly judge them for that, but I think that there's just something that's probably, I mean, even before they transitioned, they were off. So let's preface it with that. But like, yeah, the stuff that they have tried to like retroactively say that the first film was actually about, it's again like bullhickey to me. But you know, I'll give it a shot.
Well, it's like you talking about like how some people viewed the first one as being I don't want to say like the wrong thing, but basically being open to transgender and all that.
Yeah, like it's an allegory for transgenderism, and like, I mean, I've known people who have written like papers on it, and they're probably not wrong. They're probably far smarter than I am. But
it's I'll agree with you there. Like, you probably see more with it than I do, but the only character I know who was transgender was Switch, and that's why she was called Switch, is because originally that
she was
character
more
was supposed to be,
right?
Yeah, like they were supposed to be, I think, female in the real world, but male in the Matrix,
Which
or vice versa.
Within the logic of the Matrix, like makes 100%. What?
What the fuck happened?
I have no idea. I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, like that within the logic of the world.
Meeting done.
Oh.
Raging success.
Okay.
The other bosses are on board.
What?
We'll begin coordinating our cluster.
Apparently it died, but succeeded.
Yeah.
Supplies in
Okay.
a few hours.
I'll take it. I mean,
We
I'll
still have
take
plenty
it.
of work to do, but this is as good a start
but
as
yeah,
we
like
could
I
hope
don't want anyone to take this
Who's
out of
the
context or
flaming fuck
anything.
with
Like
those amped up
clearly, I have no
flatliners?
issue with anyone that's
I need
trans
more
or anything
problems
like
about
that.
as much as I need a rectum on my forehead.
Neither do I.
It's just like what when we were talking about with the television shows and stuff. When you're writing it in television and you're forcing it, it gets a little tired, and and again it comes across forced. Like you're not going to win people over by bludgeoning them over the head. You're going to win them over by convincing dialogue and discussion and debate, right? And debate about the subject rather than just trying to bludgeon them over the head with it. So when it comes to like the Matrix, like when you because I think this happens, and it's not specifically just in Matrix, but when you talk about film in general, and you have people who write these term papers essentially on what this film actually means, or the true meaning of XYZ film. It's everyone else. Really, it's the person that's writing that paper that's inserting their own opinions and their own interpretations. Outside of, like, again, I get it that the Wachowski siblings are the ones who come out and say that it's an allegory for transgenderism, which, okay, I guess that's fine. They're the ones who made the film. They would know better than anyone else. But when it comes to outside people doing that and then saying those things, it's them kind of imprinting or inputting their own personal biases or personal views in it. And any paper, whether it's regarding that or regarding history or anything like that, it's always going to come from a biased perspective because it's the person who's writing it is interpreting the information.
That's part of art interpretation.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's going to interpret art the way that their own experiences lead them to.
Right. And so that's where like it's when you get there's no right answer, but then you have a teacher who was expecting a particular answer for that thing. It's just, yeah, like I just want entertainment just to be entertainment. Now I've had discussions for like what I think is happening with this one, considering how 3 ends, and then someone was telling me, well, no, this is an alternate reality, or at least they think it's an alternate reality, and I'm like, nah, that doesn't make sense. What makes more sense is he didn't die at the end of 3. They put him back in, and they're keeping him subdued because he's being prescribed the blue pill, right, from what we've seen in the trailers, and that the Matrix is still trying to keep control over him, and obviously they got Trinity, so who knows what's going on there, or if Trinity is even, maybe the Trinity he runs across in there is a fake program or something like that, because she obviously isn't Trinity, but then we see Trinity later. Who knows what they like. That's the thing. The way that
they have both the bodies for Neo and Trinity there because they both crash in the machine city, so they can easily clone them and put them back into the Matrix.
Right. And see, it's been so long since I didn't even remember that from 3. And I do want to revisit 2 and 3 before I watch it. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like I didn't see the need for it. And so when it comes out, I'm going to be very skeptical about its story, because I think everyone's going to do a good job. I'm sure it's going to look really flashy. It's going to have some really cool visual effects. But again, like, Matrix didn't even need sequels. It was good on its own.
No, it didn't.
Even though I love Animatrix, which we wouldn't have the Animatrix without the Matrix and its sequels. But you didn't need 2. You didn't need 3.
The thing is with Matrix and the Wachowskis, it's basically a lot of philosophical talk happened because of the Matrix and what was presented in that movie.
Right.
But every movie the Wachowskis have done since then, like, we want to lead the philosophical discussion instead of presenting a premise and letting everybody else discuss.
Yeah, because you look at
it's like that in
Vendetta,
Vendetta, Atlas, Jupiter Ascending.
But I will. Well, I didn't see Jupiter Ascending, but I will say, like, Cloud Atlas, that wasn't so much them, because I've actually read the book, and the book is almost virtually what they put up on the screen. So, like, it is very. I didn't realize it was based off another material. Yeah, well, it was a book that was, like, assumed, much like Watchmen was, it would be unmakeable, right, with the themes and how it's telling its story. So I read the book before I saw the movie, and there's a lot of stuff that's kind of left out and stuff that they make changes for, but it's nothing that's ultimately really missed. And now I need to revisit that film because it's been too long. But so, like, I will say that Cloud Atlas is one that they kind of get a little bit of a pass on, because the book in of itself was trying to be philosophical in the sense of what if reincarnation's real? How would that look for, these two kind of like star-crossed lovers or whatever throughout different periods of time, which was really interesting aspect. And again, like, that was a good cast, really cool things that they did with that film. But yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, the movie didn't even present it as star-crossed lovers. They just show the one, like, shooting star birthmark thing on the one person. So it's like, okay, we know this person is being reincarnated, but, like, the one they always fall in love with, never know, is this the same one they're falling in love with, or is this just another person they're falling in love with in this incarnation, or what? It's just like, it just didn't really seem like it went far enough with the whole idea.
So,
it was just like
the major difference between what you get in the movie versus what you get in the book is the book tells each first half of the story for each character in of itself. So, like, when it's showing the early days, like the 1800s one, you get all of that story up to the point, like, where he gets sick and he's on the boat and he thinks he's going to die. Then it moves on to the next story. Then it moves on to the next story, and the only one that gets kind of told in its entirety is the one that takes place in the far future, because then it goes back and then it tells the other half, the ending part of each time or each iteration story. So it goes backwards, so it ends where it starts with oh god, why did I forget his name? Adam. Oh god. Across the Universe, Adam, what's his name? Adam.
Across the Universe.
God dang it. This is gonna bother me. Gosh.
Sorry, I can't help you out there.
Fine. Oh, no, it's not Adam. His character's name is Adam. Jim Sturgis. Jim Sturgis's character. So it ends with him, and the movie ends with him as well, but it takes its time telling its stories, rather, where in the film they intermix everything. So you're constantly shifting through all the different perspectives, and you're not spending enough time with each iteration to kind of get that timed up, that full understanding at one go. And again, it was a stylistic choice. I don't know if like it would have worked if they'd done it exactly like the book did. But yeah, that's where it comes from. Like the Wachowskis weren't necessarily being philosophical. The book in of itself is philosophical. But yeah, this was a long rant that came out of, hey, what do you think about Matrix Resurrections? And hopefully,
I mean, it's totally fine because that's basically a hot take or whatever.
Right. Well, and like again, I really hope that anyone watching or anyone checking this out in the past, like, or out later. I hope I didn't say anything that was insensitive or hurtful. It wasn't meant to come off that way. I'm always very, accepting of others, and I'm never going to try to go out of my way to intentionally offend someone, whether they're trans, whether they're homosexual or not. Like, I really have as long as you're not messing with me, like, you're not trying to infringe upon myself or do anything to me, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you choose. Like, that's ultimately up to you. It's your personal decision. So we're no hate really coming from us over here. But before I keep talking myself into a bigger hole, I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream. We ran a little bit late, but not much. Of course, we ran later last weekend to finish up Little Hope. So I want to say,
yeah, that was a 2.5 hour long one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and because like we got to a point, I'm like, well, son of a bitch, like, we're almost done, and he's like, let's power through. I was like, all right, so because we would have,
and that was a good call. Otherwise, you'd have like a half-hour session and be like, all right,
that's what I was just about to say.
Start another game.
We would have been like 40 minutes into this stream, and we've been like, oh, we're done. So thanks for everyone who tuned in, anyone that checks this out in the replay. We will not be having a new episode releasing on Monday. We kind of got to like the middle of this week and we're like, crap, what are we covering? And we're like, nothing, I guess. So next week we'll be back with an actual, or not next week, but the week after next, we'll be back with our Hawkeye episodes 3 and 4 review. We'll probably have a Spider-Man review in there as well. We'll probably be doing a Spider-Man spoiler and spoiler-free video. So we don't. One is clearly labeled spoilers, and if you want to hear the juicy details, then you can check it out then. But if you don't, you'll have the spoiler-free one. They'll probably be about, with me, I say 30 minutes. It'll probably be like 2 hours talking about all the intricate details, but that's something to look forward to. Again, I want to thank Johnny for joining in on such short notice, and we will...
No problem at all. And once again, we do love everybody.
Yes, we do. We really do. Man, that's a sticky wicket we got ourselves into. All right, guys, we'll talk. We'll see. Now I'm stumbling for words. We'll talk to you guys next time.